For good reason.
Does Alex Ovechkin change any of that for you?
I don't even know who the fuck that is. Is that Yager's friend? Yager Markov?
The guy who's going to outscore Gretzky.
He's going to get more goals than Gretzky either this year or early next year. That's a record no one thought would ever be broken, and you're acting like that doesn't even play into your geopolitical opinions.
Yeah, Kyle.
We don't know that he's not going to be taken out by some crazed fan who's like a huge Gretzky for lifer.
Some Canadian like breaks his kneecap on the way out to the final game.
And maybe he's got like an argument. He's like, you played more games than Gretzky got to play every season. You get 14 more games. It's not fair. And he like fucking kneecaps the guy, gives him the old Tanya Harding.
Actually, who does have more goals per game?
It's probably at this point Ovechkin.
Points per game.
Because I don't. Oh, point. I mean, that's not a contest. It's not even close.
Kyle might not know that an assist counts as a point.
I do.
Yeah, Gretzky has more assists than any other player has points.
Hockey assists rack up because if you pass to a guy who passes to a guy who scores, both of you get assists.
Gretzky not even in the top 4 here.
Of games played?
Goals per game.
Oh, goals per game. Yeah, the thing with Gretzky is
there should probably be some asterisks there. It's probably these guys probably played like 3 games or something.
No, they still played like 80, 82, but or I think maybe 80 for a while instead of 82, which they do now. But Gretzky would just have seasons where he'd be like, you know what? I'm going to be the number 1 goal scorer by like 25 goals this year, and then he would just do
75 goals in 87 goals, and he was number one. That's crazy.
He scored 92 goals in 80 games with the Oilers in 82. Like he had this is like a fantasy level game. He had 212 points in 80 games. That means like if he went out there and got a goal and an assist, he'd be like fucking off night. Like what a terrible.
This guy's going to break his. So this guy's going to break one of his records.
Goals one.
Ovechkin will get more total goals. He's only like 21 away right now. And so it's neat to see someone break a record that no one ever thought would be broken, because everyone's always known that a couple of Gretzky's are truly untouchable, but this one is not. So clearly it's not. As long as like Ovechkin doesn't totally collapse, because he's like 39 and he just broke his leg. But he came back, like earlier in the season. But then he came back like 5 weeks later. And so maybe he was getting a little of the Russian gas that they give out in Russia. That like, have I talked about that before, Kyle?
Gas them?
All the play. If you listen to Spit and Chicklets, which is the hockey podcast I like, Ryan Whitney, who was a former NHL defenseman, he dealt with a lot of injuries, had to cut his career short, but he was a very good defenseman. And when he played in Russia, all the players would talk about Russian gas, which is like you'd go into the back with the trainer and he would like let you huff a bunch of stuff. And he'd be like, and dude, I'd go back there, my knee would be killing me. Right before a game, I'm in a bad mood. I'm in fucking Russia. I don't want to be in fucking Russia. I don't speak Russian. I feel so out of water. I just want to be in the NHL again. And then the doctor would hit me with this stuff. And after just a little bit, I'd be like, not only am I going to play tonight, I'm going to be the best version of me that's ever existed. I was energized. I was happy. I was in a good mood. I felt elated. And like later it came out that it was just a total Russian cocktail of drugs that they were doping these guys up on, like forms of speed, painkillers, all sorts of gas they were huffing just to get them out there and play another game.